Hello and welcome to Canadian Citizenship Test Preparation YouTube channel. In this channel you can find latest update and study material for Canadian Citizenship Test. Hope you find our video and study material helpful. Good luck on your test. If you learned something today, please press the subscribe button. Which was the last province to join Canada? The answer is Newfoundland. A member of parliament from Vancouver announces that she will spend her weekend in her electoral district. This means she would be the answer is in some part of Vancouver where she was elected. What part of the Constitution legally protects the basic rights and freedoms of all Canadians? The answer is the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Which federal political party is in power? 2022. The answer is Liberal Party. What is the role of the opposition parties? The answer is to oppose or try to improve government proposals. When is Remembrance Day celebrated? The answer is November 11th. What types of cases are heard by the Federal Court of Canada? The answer is matters concerning the federal government. What does the term Inuit mean? The answer is the people. What are the three main types of industry in Canada? The answer is natural resources, manufacturing and services. How are senators chosen? The answer is senators are appointed by the Governor-General on the advice of the Prime Minister. What is the meaning of the Remembrance Day poppy? The answer is to remember the sacrifice of Canadians who have served or died in wars up to the present day. Who was Sir Louis Hippolyte Lafontaine? The answer is the first head of a responsible government in Canada. Where are the remains of the first settlement known as L'Anse aux Meadows? The answer is Newfoundland and Labrador. Who is Canada's largest trading partner? The answer is the United States. The Peace Tower of the Parliament buildings was completed in 1927 in honor of? The answer is the First World War. The term Aboriginal peoples refers to? The answer is Indian, Inuit, Métis. Which province has the largest Aboriginal population? The answer is Manitoba. What is referred to as Central Canada? The answer is Ontario, Quebec. Which legal document underlines the importance of multiculturalism? The answer is the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. What province has its own time zone? The answer is Newfoundland and Labrador. What is the capital of Saskatchewan? The answer is Regina. Who chose Ottawa as the capital of Canada? The answer is Queen Victoria. What is the role of the courts in Canada? The answer is to settle disputes. The crown is a symbol of? The answer is police services and the Canadian forces. Government, parliament and legislatures. The courts. During the War of 1812 the Americans burned down the Parliament buildings in York, now Toronto. What did the British and Canadians do in return? The answer is they burned down the White House in Washington, D.C. Name the 5 Great Lakes. The answer is Erie, Huron, Michigan, Ontario and Superior. What is known as the Great Upheaval? The answer is when Acadians were deported during the war between Britain and France. In Canada's justice system, what does presumption of innocence mean? The answer is everyone is innocent until proven guilty. From where does the name Canada come from? The answer is from Kanata, the Huron Iroquois word for village. Name one source of Canadian law. The answer is English common law. What is Magna Carta? The answer is the Great Charter of Freedoms. The Great Charter of Freedoms was signed in? The answer is England. When was the Magna Carta signed? The answer is 1215. What does the Great Charter of Freedom include? The answer is the right to live and work anywhere in Canada. When was the Constitution of Canada amended to include the Charter of Rights and Freedoms? The answer is 1982. Who proclaimed the amended Constitution of Canada in 1982? The answer is Queen Elizabeth II. What are the 2 principles upon which Canada is founded? The answer is the supremacy of God and the rule of law. What are mobility rights? The answer is mobility rights allow individuals to move from place to place, largely free from government intervention. Who can enter and leave the country freely without time constraints? The answer is Canadian citizens. Which 3 rights are included in the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms? The answer is mobility rights, Aboriginal people's rights, and official language rights. Canadians work hard to respect? The answer is pluralism. What is a fundamental characteristic of the Canadian heritage and identity? The answer is multiculturalism. When called to do so, serving on a jury is. The answer is a legal requirement. What is a noble way to contribute to Canada and an excellent career choice? The answer is serve in the regular Canadian Forces. Who in 1864 suggested the name Dominion of Canada? The answer is Samuel Leonard Tilley. Who has the right to run as a candidate in federal elections? The answer is any Canadian citizen who is at least 18 years old. Who are the Acadians? The answer is the descendants of French colonists who began settling in what are now the Maritime Provinces in 1604. Which region of Canada is known for both its fertile agricultural land and valuable energy resources? The answer is Prairie Provinces. Who was Sir Sam Steele? The answer is a great frontier hero, mounted policeman and soldier of the Queen. Who is the Queen's representative in Canada? The answer is Governor-General of Canada.